Hey everybody and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet a bottom up granny shawl. Now what that means is you start at the very bottom here and you work your way out, going back and forth in rows to create a beautiful granny stripe effect for your shawl without having to turn a corner for a peak like you do on a traditional granny shawl. Hi, Steve. As you can see, this shawl is 100% Steve approved. If this is your first visit to my channel, it would be amazing if you just took a moment to hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so you don't miss out on any of my future crochet videos. Now, all the information for the yarn and the hook size that I've used both on this shawl that I'm currently working on and the yarn that I'm going to show using in the tutorial itself is all in the description box below, so don't forget to expand that box to find all the information down there. All right, let's jump straight into how you do the bottom up granny shawl. To begin your bottom up granny shawl, you're going to pop a slip knot on your hook and you're going to chain 4. Then you're going to skip the first 3 chains and you're going to work into this very first chain down here by your slip knot. And into that chain, you're going to place 2 double crochets. So that's 1. And that's 2. So your skipped 3 chains count as your first double crochet stitch. So you'll have a chain 3 and 2 double crochets. Now chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet, and turn. Then into the top of that stitch where you just chained from, place 2 double crochet stitches to that same stitch. Then skip the next double crochet and we're going to work the remaining stitches into the top of your turning chain. So if you can't find it, sometimes it's easier to flip your work towards you and you can see this V of the double crochet stitch. So that's the one we're skipping. So you're working into the top of your turning chain here. And in there, you're going to place 3 double crochet stitches. Try and catch 2 loops if you can. Doesn't matter if you can't, just as long as you are consistent throughout your project, it really doesn't matter. So just go ahead and pop 3 double crochet stitches into the top of that turning chain. Chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet. Turn your work and place 2 double crochet stitches into that exact same stitch that you just chained from. Then in between your sets of stitches, we're going to work into this gap here. So you've got your 3 double crochet sort of granny cluster here, and you've got your 2 double crochet and your chain 3, which counts as another granny cluster here. So we're working into this space in between. And in between your sets of granny clusters, 3 double crochet, just working right into that gap. Then to end, skip your 2 double crochet stitches, roll them around if you need to. So there's 1, there's 2, and work into the top of that turning chain where you're going to end with 3 double crochet stitches all into that same space, so the top of the turning chain. chain 3, which counts as your first double crochet, turn your work and place 2 double crochet into that exact same stitch where you just chained from. Then again, we're going to be working into the space in between your granny clusters. So if I put this on the table, actually if I lift it up, you can see the light shining through. So we're going to be working into this gap here and into this gap here and here. So in between your sets of stitches. And we're going to work 3 double crochet into each of those 2 gaps. Then when you have reached your final cluster at the end here, work 3 double crochet into the top of the turning chain, which is your chain 3 that you do at the beginning of each row. I'll show you one more row. So to start, you always chain 3, which counts as the first double crochet. Turn your work and pop 2 double crochet into that same stitch. Then in each space in between your granny clusters, place 3 double crochet. To end the row, end with 3 double crochet into the top of your turning chain. So you just keep repeating that process over and over and over again until your shawl is the size that you want it to be. There is no right or wrong size for a shawl. You can keep them small and have them like a triangular scarf, or you can go huge and have it just like a massive, great big shawl, so big you can wrap yourself up twice. There is no right or wrong size for a shawl. Your shawl will grow by 1 extra set of these granny clusters each row. So start with a chain 3 and 2 double crochet into that very first stitch. Then work your clusters in the space in between the clusters from the row below. Then when you run out of spaces to work into, end with 3 double crochet to the top of your turning chain. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you haven't already subscribed, it would be amazing if you just took a moment to do so. That really helps me out and gives me a great indication as to whether I'm on the right path with the type of content I am creating for you. And let me know in the comments down below what you think of the bottom-up granny shawl. Is it something that you're going to try, or are you more of a traditional granny shawl kind of person? So until next time, happy crocheting!